Handicapper Steve here, handicapping the racing from Belmont Park here on Saturday. It is October the 29th, 2016. Gonna look at the stakes races 4, 6, and 9. Before I get on to that, remember to please follow me on Twitter at Horse Racing Kid 5 for more selections from racetracks around the world. It's closing day from Belmont tomorrow, so this is the final Saturday card of the year from Belmont. Next week we head over to Aqueduct, and I like Aqueduct, the fall meet from Aqueduct. After a while, in the middle of February, you start thinking, oh my God, can Belmont come any quicker? But it's good to be back at Aqueduct next week. So follow me on here on YouTube for Aqueduct selections. But let's get on to the races I'll be looking at. Races 4, 6, and 9. Today's fourth race from Belmont it's one of my favorite races of the year. It's the 22nd running the Turnback the Alarm Handicap. We don't actually turn back the alarms until next week, but this is a different name. It's named after a different reason though. It's a grade 3 handicap here, going for a purse $200,000 for fillies, mares, drills, and upwards. We have a field of 7 horses traveling a mile and a 16th on the main track. When they used to have the Breeders' Cup at, you know, when they used to run at the Breeders' Cup at Churchill or something like that earlier, like this kind of week where it would overlap with Belmont racing. They used to run this race, I believe, the Sports Page Handicap. What was the other one? Some other races. I know the Sports Page Handicap has been out of the commission for a few years now, but this used to be always like that Breeders' Cup Saturday race at Belmont when they used to simulcast somewhere else. But it's a nice field of horses in this one. And I would single number 2, Lewis Bay as the top selection. I'm going to go 2-6-4-3 here. 2-6-4-3 into Superfecta. But if you're playing a multi-race wager, the 2 Lewis Bay is a single. 6-5 here. I ride Ortiz for Chad Brown. Last time out in the Grade 1 test at Saratoga, 7 furlongs, August the 6th. Horse finished 4th by 5 lengths that day. Basically stalked the pace all throughout. Was a little bit wide and just weak, and they ran a little bit too fast for her that day. They ran a 122 and 1. She's a better kind of longer route, 1 mile and 16th kind of horse. I think this Belmont Park surface should fit this horse to a T. Start before came here at Belmont Park, mile 16th on July the 2nd, the Mother Goose, the Grade 1 Mother Goose. Horse finished second by 3.5 lengths behind off the track, so he was basically on the lead all throughout. This horse had a horrible start. This horse stumbled that day, closed up to finish second, but really couldn't overtake it that day. And then start before in the Kentucky Oaks at Churchill, mile 9th, May the 6th. This horse finished third by 3 lengths that day. Had a very nice trip that day, but really couldn't catch Catherine Sophia, who had a lot more easier trip. Can't even speak. God, this horse just really couldn't catch her. And then this horse won the Gazelle back in April at Belmont. The one turn I think should fit this horse really well. She broke her maiden over this track about a year ago now. So I'm going to use her as top selection singler. I think she's definitely the best horse in the field. So to recap my bets for race number 4 from Belmont Park, it's the 22nd run of the Turnback the Alarm Handicap. Going to go with the 2 horse Lewis Bay. Going to go 2-6-4-3, 2-6-4-3 to the 6th race now from Belmont, which is the 4th running of the Awad Stakes. Purse $100,000 for 2-year-olds. Field of 9 horses traveling the distance of ground of 1 mile on the Widener Turf Course. I believe the Widener Turf Course rail will be set at 0 feet. But if you're playing the races on the inner turf course, I believe that rail will be set at 35 feet. I don't know why they're saving the inside of the turf course when there's 1 day left, but and I believe actually on Sunday the rail is going to be out 35 feet also. But just keep that in mind. Widener turf course 0 feet. The outer turf course, the inner turf course is 35 feet from its true position. And, this race is a really good kind of 2-year-old race on the turf for this part of the season. It's kind of for the horses that are not going to California to run for the Breeders' Cup. You have, it's nice local horses in this one, this Awad Stakes. We have it's for 2-year-olds, of course. Field of, if we can get this page to load, as I keep stalling, we have a field of 9 horses traveling a mile here, and my top selection in this one, in this Awad Stakes, will go to the 7 horse, number 7, Royal by Nature. Gonna go 7-2-5-6, 7-2-5-6. Number 7, Royal by Nature, 3-1. I ride Ortiz on this one for Brad Cox. Last time out, Rennie Keelan, mile 16th, October the 9th, in the Bourbon, the Grade 3 Bourbon Stakes. Horse finished fourth by 2 lengths that day. This horse had the lead at some point in the stretch and then lost it. Really just stayed there as the other horses keep quiet, and all the other horses came in front of him to beat him. It was a disappointing fourth place finish. I think he should do well here with the drop in class against non-graded stakes quality horses. A lot of those horses are going to the Breeders' Cup next weekend. Start before it, Louisiana Downs mile on September the 10th in the Sunday Science Stakes. Horse won by 1 1/4 lengths that day. Had a very nice victory. Just an easy, clear victory. And then Indiana 1 mile, August 10th in main special weight. Horse won by 5 1/4 lengths, closing up very well. It was a little bit wide, but closed incredibly well to win. I think this horse should do well here today. So to recap my bets race, number 6 from Belmont Park, going to go to 7 horse, going to go 7-2-5-6, 7-2-5-6. Now let's get on to race number 9 from Belmont. The ninth race is the 41st running of the Boulder Ruler Stakes, Grade 3, purse $200,000 for its handicap for 3-year-olds and upwards. Field of 13 horses, a lot of horses in this one, traveling 7 furlongs. 7 furlongs. And my top selection in this one will go to the 4 horse, number 4, Economic Model. I'm going to go 4-6-8-1, 4-6-8-1, number 4, Economic Model, 3-1. Joao Rosario for Chad Brown. I have Chad Brown twice, and I have Irad Ortiz twice in the other race. But, this horse is making his first start since August 27th at Saratoga, 7 furlongs in the King's Bishop, the Grade 1 King's Bishop. Horse finished second by 3 1/4 lengths. Really was a little bit wide, closed up a little bit, but really wasn't catching the winner who ran it very well. Start before at the Dwyer here at Belmont Mile on July the 9th. Horse finished second by 1 1/4 lengths that day. He stalked the lead that day, but really couldn't catch the winner who ran very well. It was a decent second place finish, and then in the Easy Goer Stakes, Belmont Park, mile 16th on June the 11th, in a field of 5 horses, this horse won by 1.5 lengths. 101 Buyer Speed Figure, best speed figure of his life. It was a nice victory, stalking and then closing to the victory to get the victory. I think this horse should really do well. Likes Belmont Park's 3-2 over the surface. The only loss came in the Dwyer Stakes earlier this summer, but since then, this horse has faced so much tougher. A little bit down in class this horse is going today. I think this horse should have a good run here today. So to recap my bets for race number 9 from Belmont Park's the 41st Bold Ruler Stakes, gonna go with the 4 horse, gonna do Superfecta 4-6-8-1, 4-6-8-1. So good luck to all, and follow me on Twitter at Horse Racing Kid 5. Good luck, everybody.